Hey, Shalom, this is your brother Yonathan. All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say Shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. Now, this is part 2 to the lesson that I'm breaking up in series called The Heavy Position That We Hold, the Doorkeeper. And again, what inspired this lesson, like I mentioned in part 1, me and the elder brother here in the Dallas camp, Yadaka, we were watching that show a while back when it first came out, Bel Air. And the character Jeffrey, the butler, the doorkeeper, the housekeeper, right? He was so prudent and aware of what was going on in the house and proactive, okay? And possessed so much integrity on his dealings. We were like, hey, man, that's how we're supposed to be within the ministry, you know, in the Lord's house. And the precept that came, that opens the floodgates pretty much to this whole topic is Psalms 84, and I believe it's in verse 10. I'll go get it really quick here. Just bear with me. All right, so this is Psalms 84 and 10. It says, "For a day in thy courts is better than 1,000. I had rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than to dwell in the tents of wickedness," because to dwell in the tents of wickedness is, as you all know, what? The end of it is death. Okay? You're choosing to be in opposition to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So in the first, it's basically a 5-point analysis, and then there's bullets within the point. The first lesson, and I put the part 1 in the description box if you care to watch. The first lesson was talking more about the administrative duties a man may receive if he's a doorkeeper in the house. Because if he's a doorkeeper, he has a position of leadership. But there were still a lot of nuggets for, even sisters that may be, under a husband in the household, how to run a house, for brothers that are new, and just like it'll be nuggets for, all of the above in this lesson. All right, so we talk more about administrative things in that part 1. Okay, but today we're going to talk about self-management, which is vastly important in this scripture. The first, and I'll read, just to start it off, 2 Corinthians 13 and 5, okay? It says, "Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith in this walk," man. Are you applying the scriptures to your life? Are you actually living it? All right? Prove your own selves. And actually, let's go look up that word, examine. You look up that word, examine. It's perizzo. Okay, then I'm gonna jump down to the second definition here on the blue letter, and it's Strong's G3985. It says to try, make a trial of tests for the purpose of ascertaining his quality. So every day you're tested. You're put in situations where you have to judge righteous judgment, and you, over time, can get a pulse on, damn, where am I in my walk? Okay, because you will realize, okay, am I actually living what I've learned? Oh, I could have done better there. Oh, I could have had more emotional control there. Did I handle that situation the best? Am I being an asset to the brotherhood when I'm around? When I'm not around, am I an asset to the brotherhood? Do I have a good report everywhere I go? These things should be coming to your mind, man. And this is how you become that new creature. Okay? So, one of the things I mentioned, actually, let me read. I got some notes here. I'm going to read my notes for self-management and staff management, because when you master yourself, that's when the Lord will lift you up to manage others. Okay, until they're ready to, fully be. And we all have to, regardless of what you heard right now, it's like a study group, right? We're all learning together, iron sharpening iron. Okay, but when the test comes, you got to take it yourself. So this is a very important topic. But for my notes for staff and self-management, right, I said the housekeeper supervises, manages household and staff, ensuring that they perform their duties efficiently and effectively. And yet one of the primary things you want to be doing in this walk is the managing of yourself, which I just spoke on, man. Those daily opportunities to test your spiritual judgment, okay? Managing yourself. Today we're going to talk about what that looks like in practice. All right, and then I went on to say, which we'll get to this part in the latter end of the lesson, for brothers who are in the leadership positions, if you're set over men, you got to recognize what their gifts are and how they, and pray for that vision and understand, okay, Lord, what do I need to put this brother? What responsibilities should he be given so that, he can grow and the ministry could grow? So gift placement, right? Because we all have different gifts. And there's going to be coming times where there might be disciplinary things that you got to deal with. Brothers are going to be brought to councils on particular things. Brothers, things are going to happen. And the Lord has things happen on purpose amongst the body so brothers can exercise their judgment, right? But one of the things I want to talk about is that emotional control, man, controlling your spirit. All of us, just like Lot was, are vexed from day to day with the filthy conversation of the wicked. We have little personal things that we deal with, whether it be the family, the job, or just these people out here in general, and the structure of this society. It's all fucked up. We're vexed, right? But at the same time, we are to be, the brotherhood is a safe haven to where, you can get things off of your chest. But at the same time, you got to keep in mind, man, we're all going through things. And if it be possible, you want to contribute to an environment that brothers could take a load off. You see, you don't want to be adding to brothers' loads that they already have, because everybody has their load. Now, again, there's going to be times where you come to men with things to get counsel on how you move, but we're all dealing with our cross. All right, every man has to bear his own cross. So what I'm really getting at is, I may have had a shitty day, but Tuesday night when we get ready to go to camp, I'm going to do my best to have a uplifting and forward energy. Hey, we're almost out of here. These wicked people, they're going down. To have an energy that, creates an environment to where it's like, oh yeah, this is the place to be. It's being around the brotherhood. Those are the best times of the week. Camp days, best day of the week. Class days, best day of the week. You get to be around brothers on a daily basis. You're privileged. 1, 2, best days of the week. So you want to create that environment, man. When Elder Ramlab came down here and visited the Dallas camp, I think we received as a group the biggest compliment I ever got in my life personally. Elder Ramlab, who I believe that the Lord is dealing with that man on a high level, he said that being amongst us, he felt safe. And I was like, wow. Because when you think about it, when you're around, the men of the Lord, those who are following or rehearsing the righteous acts, that's the only place in this world that you truly could feel safe, because we have a code. There's lines and boundaries that these men won't cross. You understand? You can't really say that anywhere else or amongst any other group of people. They're not all speaking. You get a group of men together, 50 men, they're not all speaking the same thing as we're commanded to in 1 Corinthians 1 and 10. Yeah, we have different temperaments and personalities, but we all speak the same thing. We're instructed to judge the same judgments. That creates an environment of safety and escape from the world. That's why the brotherhood is so precious. So you're going to contribute to that. Elder Ramlab, when he said, man, I feel safe here, when he visited us, it was such a big compliment. I was like, wow, damn, how can I continue in that? How can I duplicate that in my life wherever I go? Because what he basically was saying is, you guys are in the right spirit. This is the spirit of Yahweh Shai is in here amongst you brothers. That charity, okay, the patience, okay, the balance of being circumspect. Hey, we don't do that. Probably not the best thing to do. Hey, brother, you had enough. Okay, you know what I mean? It's that spirit of Yahweh Shai was amongst us is basically what he was saying. And the Lord put it on his spirit to say that, So you want to duplicate, that environment wherever you go, or contribute to it, especially when you're around the brotherhood, okay? And my note on that was, what did I put down? I said displaying forward or moving with a high spirit or energy, right? As a housekeeper, even when things aren't seemingly going well personally or for the group, is vastly important when put in position of leadership, and can have a very significant impact on the members within the body. Here's some things to keep in mind on how understanding this could be beneficial in the long run. And I gave you some examples just now. All right? But let me go to Sirach here, the 18th chapter. All right? So as you're moving and making decisions and making judgment, keep this in mind. It's Sirach 18:20. It says, before judgment, examine thyself. Are you walking in the instructions, or do you just know a bunch of precepts? There's a difference. All right? And in the day of visitation, thou shalt find mercy. And we all of us need mercy. The elder brother here, Mike Allah, beautiful statement he often makes. He said, I really didn't understand the heaviness of needing mercy until I needed it myself. Okay? So, within judging righteous judgment, you also have to have that balance, which is mercy, because the Lord has been bountifully merciful upon those he's given the understanding to. Okay? Because all of our righteousness is as filthy rags. He didn't have to do a damn thing for us. We were being wicked in the world. We were following after, dancing to the tune of the world. Some of us more so than others, but nonetheless you were. All right? The Lord was winking at our ignorance and showed us mercy by giving us his understanding so that we could have the opportunity to offend less and receive salvation. Okay? So, you always want to be in the spirit of, examining yourself. All right? And our big brother David, right? King David, he was constantly in that mindset. Let's go to Psalms. It says, Psalms 139, and I'll start in verse 19. It says, surely thou wouldst slay the wicked, O God. Depart from me, therefore, ye bloody men, for they speak against thee wickedly, and thine enemies take thy name in vain. And what you see is a lot of people that are Israelites who make the name of the Father and the Son, especially the Son, of none importance. They diminish the importance of it. All right, the people in the world, they look at the scriptures as a joke. Okay? And we're supposed to have a certain attitude towards those people. As it goes on to say, because King David was a man that the Lord esteemed highly. He had his faults, he made his mistakes. But even in the kingdom of heaven, when it's established again, the Lord said he's going to set King David up to rule again underneath Yahushua. So yeah, he's a man within Israel that we are to look to as an example. All right, verse 22, it says, do not I hate them, this is what King David said, do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee. Right, to love righteousness is to hate wickedness. And am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee. I hate them with a perfect hatred. I count them mine enemies. Okay? So what I wanted to get here, where is it at? I just had it. So like you guys, bear with me. Yeah, it's at the very end. Now, after he says all this, he reverts back to this spirit, right? Search me, O God, is verse 23. Know my heart. Search me, O God. Know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts. Am I moving the right way? Am I doing enough? Am I operating the way that you instruct me to? And see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way of the everlasting. So constantly in prayer that the Lord is putting on your spirit to operate in a righteous fashion. You have to constantly be examining yourself if you're a doorkeeper. Constantly. Okay? Am I being circumspect? Am I seeing and noticing the things that I need to notice within myself and in my surroundings? Am I seeing with my spiritual eye? Because again, I always say, if you're looking with the eyes on this face, man, if you're looking with the eyes on your face at what's going on in the world, you're not going to make it. You're not going to be able to move and to perceive the things that you need to perceive during the time of testing. Okay? So yeah, as a doorkeeper, you're a watchman. You're seeing, okay, is any intruders, anybody plotting? That car been parked outside for a while. What are they about? What's their motives? you know, and you're examining yourself. You know what I mean? Am I presenting myself in a way that represents the majesty of the house, the head of the house? Because we're ambassadors for Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Are you a little light in the world? There's something upright about that man. Wherever you go, do people notice that? All right. So yeah, King David, our big brother, man, he was in that spirit often a time. All right, which we're supposed to be in that spirit. All right. So my second point was the psychological safety. You operating in that way, and as a camp and as a body, we operate that way. You create an environment of feeling. You know, our people can feel safe. Oh man, these people live by a code. There's a way. That's why the Lord's way is a light to the world, man. So that was pretty much the point on, you know, the second bullet I had for this series. Part 3, we're gonna dive into. We'll dive into more of that security, but in a different aspect. All right, us having a code and being circumspect and setting certain parameters within the body protects us from a lot of things that go on in the world. Us not leading the ministry with gimmicks protects us from a lot of things that are going to be going on in the world. Protects us from the demonization that's getting ready to come. The demonization is going to come regardless, but a lot of it, when it comes to us, is that people that are in the know, they're going to be like, that's a lie. Because of certain parameters and things that we just don't do, that we don't lead with, you see. So that's what part 3 will be about. But Abaratazah, this lesson was edifying. And I'll ramble for a bit, but, you know, maybe somebody will find it edifying and uplifting, eye-opening. So with that being said, I'm going to give all praises once more to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. Okay, may the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.